Hello guys, today I want to show y'all my technique on how I tune my snare drum. I promise you that I will explain it in the most comprehensible and easiest way to understand. It is very clear and easy to follow, and I hope that you are able to tune your snares and get the same sound that I get. So stick to the end to see how this snare sounds and so that you fully understand the technique and process. Alright, so for this part of the snare tuning process, the way you want to start is first grab your drum keys. If you have two, then grab two. If you only have one, then it's all right. But ideally, I like to use two because it keeps equal tension on the opposite snare lugs, and it just keeps it more even and uniform. So we just want to grab our drumstick and just put it underneath the snare wires as so. And try to not mess with your snare wires a little too much. Just kind of gently put it under there. And my head is already loose. I have it very, very loose. It's loose enough that I can move the lugs with my fingers. So how you want to start is that you want to tighten each lug with your fingers as tight as you can. That is what they call finger tight. So just tighten the lugs as hard as you can with your fingers, which is once again called finger tightening. So just tighten them up. Make sure that all your lugs are finger tightened as tight as you can with your fingers once again, and just make sure that everything is uniform. So everything feels nice now, and the head is starting to get a little bit of tone. So now we grab our two lugs. So for this bottom head, we're gonna do a total of 9 180 turns per lug. So we're gonna do 180 turn per lug 9 times. So, but I'm gonna try to do this in a grouping of 3. So I'm gonna try to not confuse you guys. So what it technically means is an 80 turn is like this. So you start with your drum key facing like that, and you're just gonna turn both at the same time and get them to turn in that same position that they started on. That's one full rotation of 180 degrees, which means that it started like this and it flips over until it ends in that same position. And we're gonna do 3 180 turns per lug 3 times. So that was one right there, and then we're gonna do another one, that's 2, and then another one, that's 3. And then we're gonna move on to the next one. So here we go. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3. Here we go with the next one. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3. Then we go here, and once again, 1, 2, 3. And now we're back to the start, and that's 1 round, and now we're gonna go to round 2. Once again, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and they start getting tighter as you start going, and that's 3. Then once again, 1, 2, 3. And now final round, we'll just do 3 more per lug. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 1, that's 2, that's 3. Here we go. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3, And then the last one. That's one. That's two. And then the last one. That's three. So now we're gonna see what it sounds like. So it's pretty tight, as you can tell. And each part of the drum head sounds equally the same. So now what we do is we take out the drumstick and we put on the snare wires. Just make sure that they're straight across, following a straight path and not lean to either side, but straight across. And we just tighten them. And the bottom head is done. So now we're gonna go to the top head. So now for the top head, we're gonna use the same two drum keys that we used on the bottom head, and we're still gonna be doing 180 turns per each lug. Only difference from the bottom head is that the top head, we're only going to do 180 turns 5 times all around. So I'm gonna show you what I mean, but first I'm gonna tighten all these lugs. Once again, finger tight with my fingers until they're tight enough to where my fingers can't tighten anymore. That's what drummers usually mean when they say finger tight. They're just saying that they're tightening it so much with their fingers that they just can't tighten anymore with them. They're tightening it as hard as they can with their fingers. And now that they're all tight and they feel good and settled, I'm just gonna grab my two drum keys again, and I'm gonna start from here and go all out, cross pattern, and I'm gonna do 180 turns per each lug 5 times. So I'm gonna show you what I mean. So here we go. This is first round. That's a 180. That's another one. That's another one. It's another one. Round 2. And we're just gonna go all around. It's round 3. This is round 4. And then the final round, round 5. You can already hear the tone of the top head is starting to stand out. Alrighty, and we're done with the top head, and this is what it sounds like. So it kind of sounds high-pitched and a little vibrant, but I like to use moon gels. I like to put them in like a cross positioning, so one here, one at the top and one at the bottom. I like to keep it near the rim of the snare so that it absorbs all of that vibration. But yeah, I'm just gonna put on my moon gels and set it up on my snare stand, and I'm gonna let y'all guys hear what it sounds like. So now that I have my snare drum tuned, I already did the top head and the bottom head. I already mounted it on my snare stand, And all that I did to kind of mess with the sound, I just put a few moon gels. So I put 4, like I said, in a cross pattern. So I put one here, one here, one here, and one here. And that just helps to stop the maybe too much ringing from going on in your snare. But if you like ring, then you could maybe take off some of the moon gels. But I recommend to at least put a little bit of dampening so that it's not too rattly or just getting too much of a sound of ring that you don't want to hear. And we'll just listen to it and see what y'all guys think about it, and I'm gonna see what I think about it myself. So here it goes. So it sounds good. It sounds, like I said, crashy and just punchy at the same time. It's got crash in it. It's got a crack, and it just sounds like punchy. So it's got a bit of everything. It's like a high medium sort of tuning for a snare. But if, let's say, you want to maybe have a little bit more of a smack and a crack sound, then I just say maybe do small, like very small but tight like turns, so like almost nothing. So just kind of go 1 and then just go 1, still following cross patterns, like barely any, and then that'll really give you a little bit more of a crack in your snare sound. So let's see how this sounds. So it sounds really good to me. If you want it higher than this, then go ahead and tighten a little bit more, mess around with it. But this is how I tune my snare and how I approach the tuning process. This is the sound that I like. I just wanted to share this with y'all guys, my technique. And if you want to rewatch this video and write down the specific amount of turns that I do, you can. This is what I was trying to show y'all, a specific formula that you can use to tighten a snare, because I feel like a lot of people who teach others how to tighten or how to tune a snare, they just usually say to feel and to hear what you want to hear and tighten to where you want to tighten and stuff like that. But they never really tell you exactly maybe what to have in mind or what to have your finish line set to, and they don't really have standards to follow. And in this video, I just wanted to give y'all an exact steps to follow to achieve a good sound. And yeah, that's all that I wanted to show y'all guys. So if you like this video and it was helpful, please like and subscribe. Share this video to all your friends and family members that might need it. Once again, thank y'all guys for all the support, and let's keep on going forward. God bless y'all, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.